I don't know if it let me live stream without. Oh yeah. Ah, I guess so. What's up, David? Brian? I forgot I told him I would do this. Hey, Chip. Jason, what's up? Now, you guys was the first ones in the room. Y'all have to keep up with the thing, the chat. You're welcome. Oh, uh, yeah, that I really thought I was dead, man. And then a Texas boy dying in Pennsylvania from freezing to death. That would be harsh. Uh, they're cool people. We don't have Amish here. We have Mennonites, which are a different breed of people. Hey, Nick Mettler. Uh, yeah, I was fixing to get off here and Google my truck. I haven't put shocks on a vehicle in like, I don't know, 8 or 9 years. I don't have a clue. Well, we have here Mennonites, and they're not. Uh, yeah, they might be easy if like you had stuff to work with, but hmm, trying to figure out how to say this. Some of the equipment I had to work with went away. So that's. Hey, I thought we were allowed to say that because I don't know. I can't yell at anybody like Sippy or nothing for doing it or whatever. If y'all guys ain't figured out what I drive yet, y'all are slacking. Uh, I do need to get a new headliner though. Oh no, it's that nerve stays raw, man. I hit it all the time. Um, the trying to open a piece of candy. Hold on. You're talking about Mennonites, wasn't you? Oh yeah. Anyway, they're a different breed of people. They're not as friendly. They can be. They can be super friendly, but then they can be not so friendly. You know what I mean? Oh, took a little road trip today, and then gotta take another one tomorrow. Yeah, you drive my truck, you better be able to multitask. I was just impressed that it actually had a radio that worked. The other one's got actually a better radio in it, my little Ford, but it ain't got those speakers. Yes, but the wife says hi. I was supposed to take her fishing this afternoon, and I forgot. And I didn't remember until I'd already started. I was like 30 minutes into the podcast. It, she's waiting for me to go to sleep. I'm probably gonna stay up all night because she's waiting for me to go to sleep so she can stab me. So, or at least that's what she told me she would do with this smile on her face. So, it's whose truck is it? I miss my tank. I mean, I wish I could afford to drive a tank. I really do. How do you forget to go fishing? You go through the list in your head of things you really need to get done on your limited 48-hour period of not working. And you open YouTube to search for how to do shots. And you see that some guy with a skeleton smoking a pipe has a live cast, and you click that instead. Here you are. So, she won't really stab me, I hope. Yeah, fishing, because that's supposed to be the rule. We laid out almost the entire fishing season last year. We started this whole homesteading thing, and it's hard to find time for yourself. Hello, Tryon. How is Oklahoma? Y'all dry up there this year, ain't you? I know it's too wet down here for y'all to be wet up there. Yeah, we're even on that. The oh uh, staff sergeant did that video on the inch bag thing. Hey, Finger Lakes, and reminded me that I have this giant tent that you put up and you put a tarp over it, and you just live at the lake for a week. We haven't done that in so long, and yeah, I have a fiberglass canoe out there that's getting dry rot because it thinks I hate it. I never put it in the water. It's kind of hard to handle by one person. Got a good deal on it, and yeah. If you ain't never paddled a 16-foot fiberglass canoe by yourself, you ain't never lived. And so, yeah. But now there is going to be a canoe rack put on the top of that truck. Yeah, I swim. Eh. I get in that canoe, I have my life jacket on. I don't care if there's a rule or not. And if I flip it, I'm just going to kiss all my gear goodbye and I'm going to float my happy butt back over the shore. I ain't going to drown out there. The lakes here take people to their grave. Uh, the closest lake to me, they had the nickname the Drowning Lake for the longest time. And because the way it lays in the what's it called when the wind comes out the same direction all the time? Prevailing winds or whatever from the storms and stuff. Literally, you'd be out there in the lake, it'd be glass, and then boom, the storm would come up, come in, and you're looking at 3 and 4 foot chop. And to get back to the boat ramp, you had to go into the wind. And I got Gabriels. They're not load sensing or nothing. They're hello AutoZone. Y'all got these Jacob. What's the cheapest one you got? Oh, all the work. I got all 4 corners for $75.42. Them was the best shocks I bought all week. And see, that's they tried selling me on that whole heavier springs or whatever. Don't haul anything in that truck. The most it ever has it's going to have to haul is, you know, 10 5-gallon jugs of water, and or 8 50-pound sacks of feed, and Pooh, I need that sucker ready so we can go take it to post tomorrow, eh?
I don't know.
I forgot. Somebody's thinking about giving us more goats. Apparently, we're going to be. Who said? Who? Somebody out there made a joke about a petting zoo. Oh, I was griping to the guys on here. And now we're gonna have like these are pygmy goats. Oh wow, sorry, trying. Mine's a classic almost. What was it? It's like 27 years old, 28. Basically, it's got a solid heart and a solid transmission. It's got good rear end. The front end is trash. Uh, that's the one plate I didn't look under the front end of the truck when I bought it. That's my bad. On the goat thing, Matt, seriously, look online and stuff. Chances are there's somebody that got him and got in over their head. Depending on how big you are, Jason, I guess. The black one, come to find out, was raised on a bottle. Uh, its leash broke. Uh, it was a pet. It literally, like, not, hey, how's it going, goat? We're never going to eat you out in the pasture, pet. But it lives in my yard. I go out every day, hang out with it, pet it, feed it candy, and stuff. The freaking thing comes up like, say, my dog will do, and rub its head on my leg until I pet it. I'm just like, I'm going to eat you. Stop that. You know. And so Tracy Ezel on here, he popped off something about pack goat. So the thing's leash broke. I'm gonna see if I can get it to carry a pack. I don't know what to say. Oops. Ah, see how I'm doing that, typing back and forth, passing. But anyway, on uh, the goats, the one he's going to be like, I'm hoping either if he'll take to the pack, then I'm gonna teach him to pull a cart, cause uh, well, yeah, if he pulling it, I ain't got to pull it. The end. Uh, Matt, I can eat anything. I'm gonna run through the list of stuff that I haven't eaten. Human beings, duckbill platypus, kangaroo, pretty much anything from Australia, except for emu. I ate an emu. Yeah, it fits all the continental United States. I've skunk. Yes, on a dare. It tastes just like rat, which rat is actually good. The things like skunk and rat and buzzard even. Uh, Wait, I gotta add buzzard to that. But there is a. I did watch a video on it. But, you know, owl, all of it is how you process it. You know, there's things in there you want to cut out. Snapping turtle. There's parts of it you want to cut out and not eat. So, well, okay, you got me on that, Chipper. Maybe we're gonna put that back on the list. Okay. I had to poke at y'all's face to see. Yes, I'm doing this on a phone. Um, but yeah, I've eaten crawdads straight out of the water. That's a little rough. Uh, I've eaten fish straight out of the water. No fire. A couple of different kinds. Uh, I tried the rabbit thing just to see if I could stomach the raw meat from that. Sushi, dude, I don't know what it is. I can catch a fish out of the lake, cut sushi off of it, and I'm fine with it. But I could not go to a restaurant and order raw fish. That would just crazy. Hey Tracy, how's it going? Yes, I've eaten raw fish. I've eaten rattlesnake. I've eaten garter snake. Uh, pack rat, squirrel, possum. I was gonna try fox the other day, but yeah, I didn't want to clean it. I just got rid of it. Um, but there's very few land-born animals out there that are going to kill you if you eat them. All you have to do is get it past your taste buds. Uh, the My wife is the one that worries me. I don't know if she'll be able to eat. She'll eat. I can go shoot a hog out in the boonies, bring it in, chop it up, and cook it, and she'll eat it like it was candy. But if I go shoot a doe and cook it in the house, she gets mad because it smells horrible, and she won't eat it. So I don't know if y'all heard her. She says that's because venison is freaking disgusting. Just cook it and don't tell her. Me and 10 other people have tried it. They tried smothering it in barbecue sauce, soaking it in vinegar, the whole everything, man. It's just she can taste the venison. That's it. Barbecue Bambi is actually pretty good. Uh, on that Bambi BG, I got a story. I'm gonna tell a story real quick. If I don't get sidetracked. Went hunting 3 years ago, and there was maybe four. Anyway, um, I gave my rifle to one of my kids, and I borrowed this other guy's rifle. He was like, "Yeah, it's dead on." And I don't shoot bucks because I'd rather shoot a 2-year-old doe than a 3.5-year-old buck. Yeah, my bad. Sorry. Anyway, this big doe comes out. Well, actually, it was a whole freaking herd of them. But I picked the one that's right for my freezer. Um, it's not even a hard shot. It's 75 yards. I sight in. I'm gonna sever its head from the rest of its body, and I pull the trigger. Every doe on the place leaves. This little nubbin that was standing in front of her, about 2 foot in front of her, blew his haunches out. Anyway, got the got out of the thing. He couldn't run, so I had to go over there and knife him. Used one of my buck tags on him. The next day when we got up, I took that. I didn't give the rifle back to the guy I borrowed it from. I took that rifle out there and set up a target because it's supposed to be dead on at 100 yards. I paced off 100 paces, got back up in the blind, put 3 rounds down range, not anywhere close. So went out there and put a series of uh, cardboard boxes and stuff, soda bottle or soda boxes, whatever. Took another shot. The gun was 3.5 rounds off. To the left. So the further out you get, the worse it was. Anyway, uh, the guy that had sighted his rifles in for him cranked them all, and when I took the cap off, I figured that's what it was because there was a mark, a here mark, and then if you do it that way, when somebody grabs your gun, they don't shoot it. But he neglected to tell this guy that he'd done it to every gun he had. So there was a lot of lead going places it wasn't supposed to go that weekend. Nobody, until we found out what was going on, none of us, we all shot at something, we didn't get anything. Uncle. That guy's in the pen now for raping little girls. So maybe we'll never see him again. Just think that would be cool. But yeah. But Bambi tastes pretty good. It's just if you can get over the fact that you just shot a freaking 4 or 5 month old deer. What are you talking about? Ooh, get him, Tracy. Shoot that zombie. I've developed a new love for coyotes. I'm going to start a coyote rescue. And so if anybody has one, if they want to trank it with a lead sleeping pill right in the back of the freaking head, I'll give you a place to dump the carcass. I'll take care of it for you. From 149 chickens to 86. Neighbor up the road had 20 something, 28, 26, 28. Cleaned her out in 3 weeks. Which was okay. I mean, it's given me, they gave me a 3 week reprieve. They found another place to get birds. But she's cleaned out, so now they're having to come back here. Yeah, we free range our chickens. We coop them at night, and we don't miss it. We don't lose any birds at night. Not anymore. Not since we uh, fixed the redid the coops. There's we got trap doors and stuff, and we actually go out and close the birds up so nothing can get in them. But we let our chickens free range. I mean, literal, not like these people that are selling these $5 a box of eggs, and the chicken gets to walk the hell around in a 40 by 40 foot backyard, and he's got his wing feathers cut off and stuff. Our chickens legitimately, we feed them so they know where to come home, and then we open the doors, we open the gate, and we let them go. And we're in the middle of 53 acres of pasture, and that's where they go. So that's the same thing, foxes, and we have ferrets down here. Nobody told me that there were wild ferrets in Texas. I grew up here and I didn't know there was such a thing as a wild ferret in Texas. I do now. Yeah, $150 a day per gun down here. That's what you do. I mean, and I had some people griefing me because they said, "How much are your eggs?" And we charge the same as the grocery store for like their regular. We live in a box and crap in a hole in the floor chicken eggs, And she's like, "Well, I'll get them for 2 cents cheaper at the grocery store." I said, "Well, go get them." And uh, uh, believe it or not, and I didn't read a lot on it. I could be wrong. I don't want to lie to anybody, but what I read showed that they're actually indigenous. So, and that's the ducks, David. We had one that a chicken hatched out, and it was like the coolest duck. The duck thought it was a chicken. It hung out with the chickens, didn't hang out with the ducks. That was the first thing they got when they came back was our ducking. She was huge, man. We called her Waddles. It was the beefiest duck. I mean, when we intended to, uh, we were going to incubate her eggs because of she was our first successful hatch, and she was beefy. And when I say beefy, I mean she was flipping huge. So. And see, it's, if we put out there, but everybody and their dogs got chickens around here right now. And we don't really want, I'm telling YouTube, we don't really want everybody knowing that we have chickens. in the event that you know, the world calls in sick this Friday, uh, then we don't want everybody going, hey, isn't there a chicken farm right over there about 8 or 9 miles? No, there's not. Hold on. I'm trying to quit smoking. I learned this trick from a guy on here called Grizz. What does it look like I'm doing? Or just let y'all to know that I've got 27 years clean. DD. This is just a cigarette. Only one of you guys will do it. And see, that's we deliver ours. Hold on, y'all are on my matches. Y'all are on my empty matchbox. Oh, see, it's earthquake. Just relax. Everybody stay calm. It's not the end of the world. Okay, maybe it is. This is my friend. Step 1 survival. Talk to him for like a second. I'm back. He didn't get me in trouble or anything, did he? Didn't say anything off color. His wife didn't start telling everybody what color my neighbor's truck was or anything. Dude, duck eggs. That's, we keep the girl ducks and we slaughter the boy ducks. Duck eggs are excellent for baking. I don't know what the deal is, but your cakes come out better. Your pancakes are better, or maybe it's a personal thing. Just the free range eggs or whatever. It's crazy. We had when we had the first outbreak of predators, we pinned our chickens. We kept the chickens locked up and fed them nothing but feed for a month and a half, something like that. And the eggs looked just like the ones from the store. We're like, well, not just like, they were still better, but cows do cost a lot. We have a dairy that's pretty close, reasonably close, and we can get the orphan bulls, and we can raise meat that way. But as far as, and not really the cost so much when it comes to a dairy animal as it is the work. You are married to a needy, whiny, complaining fat girl for the rest of that animal's life. The end. You can't skip the milking. You have to feed them. You have to vet them. Everything. And then you're stuck. What are you supposed to do with 4 to 6 gallons of milk a day? not allowed to do the football thing. I get excited. See, beef cows are easy. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I wouldn't mind going over there and getting a couple of the bull calves that, I mean, they ban them as soon as they pull out. I mean, they get a rubber band put on their balls before they cut the or rip the umbilical cord. So, and then if you're lucky, if you buy three, two of them will make it, kind of deal. But uh, then if you can feed them up, then you got you know, it takes a year and a half to get them to we can eat you now size. You just got to have the stomach to take something you've raised from a baby and have it shot in the head and cut into little pieces of meat. It takes a special kind of person to be that cold. I used to be that guy, but I grew a heart. It's my wife's fault. I used to didn't have a heart. I liked me when I didn't have a heart. Dude, we could that like I said, that dairy's reasonably close. Not we can hear the cows in the morning. When we get out to do the chickens and stuff, there's just this low roll of moo. I mean it's like 3 miles. Around here, well, today we probably saw 1,000 head of cattle on our little drive. We only saw like 4 bulls. Bulls get snip snip and then fed and turned into McDonald's burgers. Used to work at a butcher shop, and I think I could process a beef by myself, but I wouldn't want to have to. I mean, we had a hoist. We had a hoist and we had an electric chainsaw. Well, sort of a chainsaw. Well, that's messed up. Yeah, some got killed. 3. The heck are those things called? Little brown Japanese deer. Sega, not Sega. Those are animal. Maybe. Oh, anyway, killed 3 of those and cut their racks off and pitched them on the side of the road. We saw that on the way back. They weren't there when we went this morning, but when we come home, there's 3 deer lined up, nose to the road, uh, leg to the ditch, and no horns. So they drug them out of the bed of the truck and just drove off. Right, literally across the fence from a high fence. What do you call it? Exotic hunting ranch. So yeah, where do you think those came from? What's this stupid little deer called? They're pretty. They're all horn though. There's no deer to them. They're a little bigger than goat, I guess. They're maybe 2/3 the size of a regular deer. Come on. They're pretty though. There's no way. Let's see. Okay. It showed that the chat was still open. Sorry, guys. Me gonna Google something. Y'all hold still. How do you spell that? I forgot it. Sika. Sika deer. Them cute little buggers. Yeah, those guys. They got so much inbreeding going on around here, though. Most of them don't have the spots anymore. A few of them do, but they're real dark, chocolatey colored around here. Like literally almost color of a Hershey bar. Yeah, I like this one. Y'all can't see the pictures. I was sitting here like, oh, like this one. Got the mouse hovering on it. Y'all be alright. Gonna close this now. You know what I could do is I could watch how-to videos while I was talking to y'all. Poor connection. Hey, did y'all leave? Oh no, there you are. Dude, Bobcat take down a deer if he wants to. Yeah, see could do. And yeah, the actual it's like I'm not gonna get him to walk away for it, but I actually use a hobby saw. Uh, the mostly because they're disposable, but I mean you can after you get it started you can cut you can do the backbone on an animal with it. It's a lot of work, but oh, I always do everything hardware. So yeah. What are you holding on their back? What are you talking about? Chicken? I actually will probably do it tomorrow evening or something. I was going to do it today, but man, I blew my whole day today. But my wife found a method. It's called the broomstick method, and I'm not doing it any other way ever again. The yeah, I'm not. Uh, if we know we're going to process the chickens tomorrow morning, this sounds kind of cold, but they don't get fed tonight, and they don't get fed in the morning. Okay, it's a waste of feed for starters. You get clean water. They're not going to stress. They're just going to be hungry. And then you catch them, and you take a. I use a fence stay. It's not actually a broom handle, but same difference. You hold the chicken by his back legs. Wait, where's my ticket at? This is going to be a non-graphic description of how to do the broomstick method on chickens. I want to do this too, because this is funny. Yeah, I need to go to the Wooded Beardsman and watch his raccoon thing. That's fun. First, you take the chicken. This is the chicken. And you get him by his back feet. Yeah, I got him. Well, he only got 2 feet. Shut up. Get him by his feet. And you hold him upside down, which they don't like. They make a lot of noise. But then they'll calm down. And their neck will actually curl out like this, away from you, so they can see what's going on. Then you take, Oh, good job. Excellent work. You take a broomstick. This pencil is representation of a broomstick. And then you put the chicken's neck down on the ground. Hold on, I'm about to back you up. Y'all can't see the ground. Ah, hold on. Alright. You put the chicken on the ground. Then you put the broomstick on their head. You've got them by the back feet. And you pull up. Now, if you do this right, the chicken comes with, and this little cute part right here, this part, all you have in your hand left is this part. All the blood goes that away. You got it upside down. It's literally a water hose, man. They bleed that fast. And you hold them for a minute. Hold them over here, kind of close to the ground. And then they won't start kicking and flopping and stuff until you let go of them. Just hold them, give it a count of 10. And then lay them over there. They go to town on their own. No stuffed chickens were hurt in the filming of this live chat. This is my granddaughter's chicken. I can't pull it out. This is my number 2 pencil. There are others just like it, but this is my number 2 pencil. Now you know how to pull the head off the chicken. Sort of. But then you take one of these and cut the guts out. I like this knife. It's Uncle Henry. Everybody's showing their buck knives. And then today, we have the Uncle Henry. I forget what it's called now. It's a 153 UH. I think they called it a trapper or something. I don't know if you know. Anyway, this thing, I've used this one to process the chickens. I've used my 119. I've used my 110. I use Old Hickory a lot. I really, really like Old Hickory butcher knives. I tell you what, me and my wife went hunting one, and we were trying to call in coyotes. And we were doing great, but except for no coyotes were coming in. And she's like, hey, 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 I'm super quiet. And she points. And it's, I don't know, probably maybe 2-3 weeks before deer season. Right down there at the seat, there's this huge buck just standing there going, what's up? I had buck fever instantly. I wanted to shoot it so bad. And she's just calm and looking at it. And I'm just like, that was a long time ago. That was when the kids were like, we just had one or two with little ones. Yes, it's a Polaroid. That's the little kid in my lap. That's the daughter. That's our oldest together, and There's our middle boy. Yes. Same hair. It's my hair. My hair. I miss that couch too. I like that couch. It was like 8 foot long or something. I don't know. You could lay down. No, it was. Run, baby. My forehead is a solid 2 inches longer than it used to be. My hair used to come down here. I didn't have these. I didn't have these racing stripes right there. That doesn't mean I'm getting older. It just means I'm getting sexier. We're gonna go with that one anyway. That right, baby?
Yeah.
See? Proof positive. The hot chick in the room said I was sexy. So, anybody want these? Yeah. You're okay as long as you got the racing stripes. It's when you start building that spoiler back there you got trouble. Yeah, we were watching. Me and my boy were watching the A&M game, and they were like doing good, and then something we stopped watching, and they just threw the game away. You look home, yeah, probably. I all of us boys, me and my brothers, are all going bald exactly the same way. It's weird. We're all getting the, and it's not cool. My oldest brother, who's like 60 something, has more hair than me. It's not cool. But I can count the number of times I've seen that man wear a ball cap on his hand. Ball cap equal baldness. I think so. Uh, you're hey, that West S dude's live streaming. I should go on and watch it. Yes, joking. That guy's a loser. Checking to make sure I'm not missing something cool. Like, anybody seen the news lately? What's going on in the news? Did we go to war with Korea yet? Again? That's gonna suck this time, guys. Nope, we're not at war yet. I had a friend, anyway, he went gray at 21. His younger brother went gray in high school at 16. Hair is overrated. Said nobody from the 80s ever. I did a reset. I was a teenager in the 70s and early 80s. And I tried that being grown up stuff, and then I met my new wife and did it all over again. See, I was hoping Jose would just do the swirl and die out in the ocean. See you, Joe. And these guys were supposed to tell you hi if I missed you earlier, which I did, because I didn't see you come in. Because it's really hard to like follow this on the screen. I didn't know we were talking about football for a long time. And they were talking about football for a long time. Get back up there. Go. And Bambi and stuff. I actually cut this off a few times, but it's I started wearing this when I started roofing, and believe it or not, welding and stuff. You spend all day standing out in the sun with your head bent over, or on a roof with your head bent over and stuff, and you get watery blisters and scabs on your neck from the sun 2, 3, 4 times, and you just got to do something about covering the back of your neck up. So I carry shade with me. That's what that is. People ask me, "What you got that long hair for?" Oh, because I don't want to die from neck cancer. It's that simple. It's God's way of keeping the sun off my brain. Makes sense to me. The What I found the trick to getting it to grow, dude, you got to treat it like a woman. You got to pet it pretty regular. Uh, the oil that keeps your hair healthy comes out of your scalp, and this down here is a long way from my scalp. But if I brush it, I run a brush through it. Uh, if y'all go back and watch my videos, you'll see this ain't been growing for long. Like I said, I cut it off, but then I went back to working. Uh, it You got to get the conditioner down there or whatever. You got to keep it alive, and brushing it pretty regular and stuff will actually the splits will break them off, and instead of keep traveling up the hair, the hair then can grow. It's just like when you mow your grass. If you mow with a dull blade, it shreds the top of the grass, and then you wind up with this little white fuzzy looking stuff on the top of your green lawn, which you don't want. Just telling you. But if you got a sharp blade, it actually cuts the grass. So there's this nice little surgical incision thing, and the grass will just grow instead of dying down at the top because it got beat up rather than cut off. Started talking about grass again. I'm not even a yard guy. I hate mowing. I really don't like mowing. I got goats. story just popped up about the Caribbean already. You watch stuff like this and what's going on down there right now with all the looters and gangs and stuff just coming in. See it trying to do what they're trying to do and everything. And you tell me that in a major thing where it was everywhere, that we wouldn't be in serious trouble. Chip, are you actually in Oklahoma? Yeah, barely, barely three. No. So you're close enough to Oklahoma to marry Jay House. My college team down here, though, you have a football team. You got baseball, basketball. Dude, what is there to do in Kansas? We made 2 trips through that state, man. You get away from like the big cities, and dude, you gotta tell me what's there. We found, what was that one place? That rock or that big pile of pebbles? What was that called? Oh, oh no, it's like this really tall, straight stack of pebbles. They called it some kind of rock, but it was like pebbles that were stuck together. It was cool. There's a lot of beer cans and campfires around it. A lot of people party there, I think. But as we saw a sign on the flipping highway, or well, what passed for a highway. So we went down this road, and then the pavement ends, and the sign says to go that way to, I don't know, Monument Rock, Pioneer Rock, something. I don't know what it was. Then when we drove another, I don't know, 5, 10 miles down a dirt road, and we're like, and then there's a sign, boom, and there's a big pile of pebbles. It was impressive. It was a very impressive pile of pebbles. I'm not trying to make fun of Kansas, but that's the only thing we found in the entire state. Looking at, road signs to find something that says, "Hey, go over here and look at this cool thing." So, yeah. Over in Nevada and stuff, we found like a giant hole where a meteor hit. That was kind of cool. We found a town we wanted to drive around. We called it Denver, in Colorado. I like southern Colorado, northern not so much. I like Wyoming. I really like Wyoming. And the which extreme north Colorado and southern Wyoming and the rolling grass and stuff. That's pretty. That's pretty. It's too cold though. I mean, not too cold, but like too snowy. Almost shovel snow. Which I guess is better than shoveling sand. You ever had to shovel dry sand? That sucks. Imagine trying to dig a hole in the desert. And you get 2 foot down and the walls cave in, so you dig that out, and next thing you know, instead of having a 4x4 hole, you've got a swimming pool with sloping sides. That's still filling up. Dude, I did potatoes this year, which actually made out okay on them. Uh, they didn't plant many, but the ones I planted did okay. And then I took them out and put sweet potatoes in where they were, because sweet potatoes take the really like the heat and sun as long as they got water. And now I've got, I guess I missed some of the little tiny potatoes or something, little bitty ones. I don't know, but I've in my sweet potato, uh, or in my sweet potatoes, I've got potatoes coming up, regular potatoes, and I'm watering all of it. I'm just gonna see what happens because it's cooled off. It hadn't been over 90 or 87 in 2 weeks, so the potato is killing. It's not killing the potatoes. I would have had more. I think my sweet potatoes would have. This is my first year to try them. Uh, they didn't flour. I thought they had to flour, but goats or not goats. Ducks like sweet potatoes. They'll eat the leaves right off of them. So mine kind of got stunted. I saw it. LOL. I gotta go up. Oh man, see that's what I thought. Chipper up. That's about the same thing we do around here, really. I use a potato fork and a bucket. All right, guys, it's Saturday night. I guess I could tell you on my time zone right now. It's 9:44. And I got up at 5 o'clock this morning. Y'all do the math. That's a long time ago. Uh, do that every day between 5 and 5:30. I consider 6:20 sleeping in. So, dude, the why you start talking about gardening and stuff? You know, all the epic fails I've had. Uh, one thing I do know for certain in this part of the world where I'm at in uh, the southern Llano, west central Texas ish Permian Basin area where we don't get much rain and we got plenty of sun. Clouds are afraid they're going to get dirt on them, so don't ever come around. You do not want to put your potatoes in uh, tires, the tire towers or whatever that everybody says you can do. Dude, this when the sun comes out, it heats up the tires, and the tires heat up the potatoes, and the potatoes quit. As soon as it makes 80 degrees outside, your potatoes are done. Now you can do raised beds or whatever, and they do good. Uh, I did them both ways. Did the potato towers and even the sweet potato. I try to put one sweet potato in one of the towers just to see what would happen. And it takes twice as much water as the others to keep it growing because the sun actually cooks the water out of the deal. And it's the tire. I've got a sweet potato in a half of a 55-gallon drum, and it's doing just fine. Or it would have been if the ducks hadn't found it. They need it. I know they need it warm, guy. They don't like cold weather. That's why I decided to try them. I mean, I like eating them. I think sweet potato is good food. So, yeah, the like I say the tire tires would be it allow. I think it allow you to put them in the ground earlier in a lot of areas or something. But yeah, it doesn't work around here. But like I say, I mean, I've got some of them. If I'm going down the road and I see a cooler on the side of the road that's blown out of the back of somebody's pickup, I'll stop and pick it up. You know, you got a 10-gallon cooler, you feel, put some rocks in the bottom, put some pot and soil and some sand, and put your plant in it. You just, I drill holes in the bottom of it. You just got a raised bed garden for free, dude. A raised bed flower pot for free. All you have to do is stop and pick it up. Dude, you're absolutely right, Chip. Because I was fixing to say, Bob, it. Got to do my shots. Gotta go fishing. Gotta go. Y'all pray for me. I'm gonna go to church. Well, I may with my mother-in-law, and which I love my mother-in-law, but the people at her church don't care for her. But anyway, I got about 3 days worth of stuff to do tomorrow, and there's only one day left. David, you sound like my boss lady. That should only take this long. You've got 40 hours in a week. Yeah, but you've already given me 73 hours worth of stuff to do. My wife used to call me trash digger. I thought it was a term of endearment until I realized that it was bothered her that I would like grab stuff. But now she helps. If she sees something cool, she'll tell me because she realizes, hey, that there's something good there. Oh, moving blankets are cool, dude. The old school ones, the new ones, but the old ones were cool as crap. Yeah, um, I used to work in we did tune-ups, brakes, oil, everything. I could do four corner shocks and brakes in no time, but I had to lift and this, that, and everything else. I've got to jack up each corner, do the shock, jack, set it down, go, and I ain't got no big floor jack or anything either. I'm gonna use the little screw jack came with the truck. It's gonna be a process. I figure I ought to be able to get the back two done 30, 45 minutes. Those the first two I'm gonna do. I'm trained on electricity. I know that if you touch it with these, it shocks the crap out of you. That's what that gray box on the wall is for. Like you go open it and the one that says MAIN, turn that puppy off. The people in the house cry a lot, but then you can do whatever you want. David, you just might be thrown off. My brother's thrown off. He likes to wire stuff. He solders circuit boards and stuff. Done it his whole life. Alright, guys. This is me. Maybe so, David. Anyway, this is me getting out of here. We've kept each other entertained for an hour and 15 minutes. Look at there. Thank y'all for stopping by. Thank you for the support, the chat. Uh, well, I guess, do I need to say go Sooners, Chipper? Hold on, I gotta go to Facebook real quick. But yep, go Sooners. The sooner y'all win, the happier everybody will be. How's that? Anyway, y'all have a good night. Oh, I think Sooners got it. Well, I don't know. That's what I thought about A&M too, and then they blew that crap. I'm not even an A&M fan, but my son is, and I like to support my family's decisions on important stuff like football teams. So, hold on. Checking something. Yeah, I'm taking my wife fishing tomorrow. Anyway, y'all have a good night, guys. Thanks for stopping by. I'm gonna poke the button that says Finland.